I just tickled myself. I'm like, oh. Mr. Wave. You literally legs, arms, and a head. What the fuck? Oh my god! Firing blanks.
Mine. I spoke that.
Please, you can, and boom. Oh. I pressed a random button and it was the button for this thing I'm already on. We offered Side-Eye Guy's asshole up to the incubus/succubus. Nothing happened to his bumhole.
It's a noxious odour and it smells pretty rotten, and I've got a strong suspicion it's coming from your bottom.
I get brown and pink mixed up. Fuck off. No. Marilyn Monday. I saw that video. Happy birthday, Mr. Beardo. And... chat of sorting laundry, so much laundry. Christmas Day. We're ending in 10 minutes. Turkey battle cry. Beardo looks like a white camp Mr. T. A pitfall. CRL, if you clip that, I...
Oh, Beardo. Hello,
you...
chat. I was about to write in the chat, buongiorno.
Scared the shit out of me shouting that loud. Look at this shit. They're in line with my nipples. They're lower than my nipple. Where's my nipples gone? Gun is firing peanuts. Peanuts.
Fire him with your penis, Beardo.
Side-Eye Guy. He's that posh. He's like James Bond, but with a sock. I've been stunned. I got him through the stun. I'm getting accused of hacking for that. Oh. Good evening, Beardos, Weirdos, Boils and Ghouls. 2 seconds trying to get my sound sorted. How are we all doing? Now, as you could tell, I'm a little bit red. Just a tad red. And this is the least burned part of me. If I show you my hands there, you can see where I had my rings on at a bike rally. I got sunburnt. Good evening, all of you wonderful, wonderful people. So, interesting story. We went to a motorcycle rally on the weekend, and everyone was telling me to be careful. The sun is out, it's very hot. It nearly hit 30 degrees where we were. The sun was just beating down on us. So I did the following. I'm going to wear sun cream. I'm going to wear clothing. But it was too hot for the clothing, so I took my top off and stuff. I hate walking around with my top on because I look like a bag of fucking milk. But I kept moving my chair to position myself out of the sun and in the shade. That is what I did. And I still sunburnt. Skeek was putting sun cream on me. My mother-in-law was putting sun cream on me because I was generally like, I'm going to burn to a crispy. I haven't been out in the sun in 2 years. And I still sunburnt. I'm shiny because it's not so bad in here because the air conditioning's on. But everyone's like, oh yes. 2 seconds. Stop moving. The Dandalf. Sorry. We'll abandon the storytelling for now. Dandalf. It's good to see you back, my friend. Really good to see you back. I hope the cat lets you sleep. But it's good to see you back. Thank you for bringing everyone over, Dandalf. I appreciate it. Go and look after that cat. So yeah, I got sunburnt by avoiding the sun. Mrs. Geek, out in the sun. Oh, I was drinking bottles of water in between beers as well. Cool KH girl, Mad Brit. First time watching. Hey, welcome in. I appreciate it. Alexis Artemis Green Howard the First. Thank you for the 3 months. Right, let's do the participants because there's already 200 people in here. Whoops. Actually, redhead shriveled. I think I've turned into a closet redhead because I've been in the studio for the last 2 years consistently. Okay, so tonight we have Bristol Paranormal Hunters UK. I am looking forward to your roast. Alexis Artemis Green Howard the First, Angie Metzner, Anne Wilkinson, Artscraft Lady, AV Stevie, B, Big Max Golf, Blue Sky Lissa, Bookie 1961, Caroline Saxby, Artemis, Alexis Artemis. Thank you for the gifted membership as well. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so. Hey, Gingy got it. Let's go. Big Max Golf, Blue Sky Lissa, Boogie, Caroline Saxby, Catherine Lawrence, Kathy Lee, Chris Fat Rabbit. How you doing, Chris? Christine Bissett, Christine Sutton, cool 8KH girl, Mad Brit. I'm just going to call you Mad Brit. That's nuts. I can't say all that. You sound like my dad. He covers up from the sun and still got burnt. I used to be okay out in the sun. Hey, Mama Geek. Yeah, Mama Geek's in here. She's waiting for me to tell the story. And we'll get there after I've done the participants. Craig Adams, CRL, Cujo, Dan Lagore, Daniel Green, Dawn C, Dawn Emery, Deadeye Survivor, Dean Bailey, Deathstalker, Donna, Doomed Lottie, Drumstick Princess, Dudorius Ash, EVV's Crib, Firefly Kelly, Gingy, Giuseppe Stromboli, Glasgow Ghost Hunters, Granny Dumpling, Hammer Toe, Hannah Mitchell, Hunks Lamb, I See Ghost Cats, Jan Stadil, Janine, Jane C, Jenny J, JN5050, Johan Drico, Westgate Made in Wales, John Layfield, John Tennant, Jolene. How you doing, Jolene? Judith, Katie W, Kieran Kelly, Chris Williams, Lee, Legally Blind Guy, Lexus Adventures, Lisa D, Loretta, Mooney, Laurie Sharks, Super JJ, thank you for 14 months. Where the fuck have you been? Laurie Sharks, Lynn, Major Truth, Mama Geek, Mama Apps Awakening, Martin Jordan, Megan Behind Blue Eyes, you don't know what it's like. That's as much as you're getting. Mgal, Mike's Mysteries, Mickey, Miss Moxley, Mongo. I'm still laughing at that from Mr. Grease stream earlier. Mouse Moss Green, Mrs. Bob the Beard, Hannah Connor, Mrs. Geek, Mummy Quad. Mummy Quad? Oh, you're from Ghost Quad, right? OR 2009, One Annalise, Papa Geek. How are you doing? Merch? Shit. Papa Dolling, nobody noticed. Mistress Kaylee, thank you for the £5. Beardo definitely has those secret movies when he's listening to the Backstreet. I'll listen to Backstreet Boys. Paul Dolan, Paul Harrison, Pink Pistachious, Punchable Nun, Raven, Richard Larson, Richard Watt, Roger Bowen, Ryan from Bristol Paranormal Hunters. No, I put the Hunters bit on the end. It shouldn't have been there. Sorry. Shane Goes Walkabout, Simon Stevenson, Egbert Swizzlestick, Smart Start, Smashing Beauty, Squiggle Worm, Stephanie Akensha. I butchered half of these. Storyteller Snake, Super JJ, Susan Lawton, The Paranormal Monkey. Loved your live on Thursday. Really good, that. Three Spires Paranormal, Tim Healy, Tracy Potts, Wayne Dawson, Wheels OG, William Wayland, World of Mr. Grey, Yamaha Biker, and Zoe Sharples. I see Haunted Finders didn't cry this time. You pointed out the fakery. Yeah, the dad came in like, wow, Beardo, you really hate this. And I was like, you've been in my comment section talking shit for months. And then he was like, prove it. I was like, do you want me to list all fucking 23 comments? And then they haven't said or done anything. Ryan is the team Beardo, so you were right. Fair enough. How's everyone doing in the heat? I mean, I haven't done so well in the heat. I got so sunburnt. I mean, that tan line on where my ring was, my shoulders, front and back, are just as bad. But at some point, my e-cigarette that hangs off a lanyard moved across my chest, and I've got a kind of a smiley face just under my boobie. Evening Ghost Quad, how you doing? So, story time. We went to a motorcycle rally. We've gone to it for years and years and years. We took a few years off. Mad Mountain, how you doing? Basically, we haven't gone back since the lockdowns. So we were like, the family have had a shit year, or shit couple of years, so Beardo gets burnt. Something ass. So we all returned to the first rally that I went to with the family. So we go down there, and they have games on the Saturday. And the games are normally like tug of war and lifting as many bricks as you can, like with your forearms, and sack races and stuff, but you know 4 or 5 people in a sack, and it's just absolute carnage. It was a bit more, I don't know, slow this year. And then they were like, oh yeah, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Because I used to do all of them. But I had a few bad experiences. The first year, they do a thing called welly wanging, where you stand with your back to a field, and you throw a welly over the back of your head to see how far it goes. And my first throw, I threw it further than anyone else, but the welly bounced off the floor, and then it hit a toddler in the face in the pram, and the pram tipped over. I felt awful once I finished laughing. I did apologise to, obviously, the child and the family. But yeah, The year after, I threw out my back doing the tug-of-war, and then I tried doing bricklifting, and I'd done my back. So I was like, I'm not doing any of the physical stuff, because I do it in alcohol, and I get too big for my boots, and I try things that I shouldn't physically with my back. So I'm not doing any of that anymore. And then this year, they said, oh, we've got a chili eating contest. And I went, ooh, chili eating? I like chili. Thinking it was going to be like a big bowl of chili, and the first person to eat it, like with their hands tied behind their back or something, wins a prize. I wanted a gold medal. Max McLeod, thank you for the 13 months. Short stay before heading to work. So, nobody wanted to do it. Nobody wanted to do it when they said it was actually a hot sauce challenge, not a chili challenge. And I was like, yeah, I hit the baby in the face with the boot. True story. Anyway, nobody was putting their hands up, so I went, yo, bearing in mind, all of this is to raise money for charity. They pick a different charity every year. This year it was cancer. So, I go up, I stand there. 4 other people are like, it's not a sperm, it's adopt a ghost. 4 other people step forward. And they're like, right, so what we're doing is it's a hot sauce challenge with Dorito chips. Cool. How hot are they? It starts off at one thing, gets progressively worse. Alright, cool. Now, I'm okay with heat. I can eat a madras. Cheryl, I didn't get drunk once. Oh, when I hit the kid, I was hammered. I had no business throwing welly boots around. So, Andrew Hills, thank you for the £5. Being able to go back from San Francisco. Alcatraz was excellent. Long flight at a 4 delay, then an 11-hour flight after. Jesus. Thank you for the £5. So, they pull out these bottles of hot sauce, and then I spot one that I recognise called Atomic Hot Sauce, and I was like, fuck. Which number is that? And they're like, that's number 8. That's the last one. And then they produced this hand-welded motorcycle piece in the shape of a Harley. And I'm like, I can get to 8 for that. I can get to 8 for that. And in my head, I'm thinking, I can get to 5 or 6 probably. Other people are going to drop out. As long as I don't come last, I'm pretty good, you know? So they put these bowls out, and I'm like, why do you need bowls for a chip and dip, you know? So they put 5 Doritos in a bowl. They unscrewed the lid, and they did 2 dessert spoons, as full as they could get them, and dumped them on these dips. And they said, oh, when you move on, it'll be less sauce. And I'm like, all right, cool. We can do this. And they said, oh, this one's a barbecue sauce. And I'm like, ah, cool. I've got this. They say go, and then they tell us there's a 2-minute burn time. And from this moment on, it went so wrong. Not suitable for mum. How you doing? Tammy English, hello to you. Toilet block didn't block anything. Jesus. In fact, it was wetter than toilet water. So, everyone else is like dipping and nibbling. And I just went, it's barbecue sauce, F it. I grabbed the 5 chips, I scooped up as much sauce as I could, chucked it in my mouth, chewed it, swallowed it. And then he went, clean bowls. So I did the following. And then stood there all cocky. A-Star, appreciate you for the new subscriber. Welcome in. And I turned my head, and I looked at the 4 other guys, and I'd be talking to them, and 2 of them are really good with heat. And I'm like, I got competition, yeah? I turned my head, and their eyes are streaming, there's snot coming down their faces, and they're red as shit. And I'm like, my brain said, what the hell is wrong with them? And before them left my face, I realised that I was in a whole new world of hurt. Whole new world of hurt. Like, not burning, pain. I was literally in pain. Then my eyes started streaming. Then my nose started fucking running. And I'm like, stop moving. And I was like, the fuck is this? This can't be level 1. But then the pain just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I was like, holy shit. The other guys were like, how much did you eat? I was like, all of it. And they've all run off. There were people being sick and I'm stood there like, I'm pretty good with heat, but this is... And then they charged me £2 for a glass of milk, and the milk didn't quench it. So then I got water, and that didn't quench it. And I'm getting in more and more pain, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. So I go off to the bathroom, and there's a South African lad, very, very nice guy, who loves hot sauce, and he's got his head under the tap, he's being sick, and he was like, I don't know what that was, but that was not fun. And I'm like, yeah, there was a glass of milk for £2, and if you wanted a second one, that was another £2. But, right, hang on, before you all keep calling me a knob, you'd assume the first one would be, like, something quite palatable. The second one would get a bit spicier. The third one, ooh, that's painful. People start to laugh. The fourth one, and then if you continue to go on, then you're an idiot. The first one took out everyone. Everyone quit. The only thing I can take is that I was the last one that at the most that went, ow. Ow. So, I go to the toilet, water on my face, because I literally, you could see the sweat forming around me, and I'm like, I'm feeling quite ill, yeah? And then the pain started to subside, and my lips stopped burning, and I was like, have I swollen up? This other guy is still really ill in the toilet, and people are quite worried about him. So I disappear. The burn stops about an hour later, and then we go back to the tent. We're getting ready to light the barbecue. And I'm like, ooh, I don't feel too good. I think I need to go to the toilet. So I kind of do the run and the clenching, like, I think I might poo. I think I might poo. I get to the toilet, no poo. We're all good. I come out of the toilet, and I'm like, I really don't feel too good. And then I get halfway back to our little area of the tent, and I start to get the most intense stomach pain that I have ever had. But it's not like there where your stomach sits. It was sort of behind my belly button. And I am trying to hide the fact that I'm in so much pain from my family. And then I went to sit in a chair. As I went to sit, it was like my stomach bent, and then this pain just shot out everywhere. And I think I screamed. And then I went into the tent because I was so hot and sweaty. Oh, there was no gurgle. It was the most intense pain I've ever felt. So I went into the tent to get out of the sun and out of the heat. And then I'm curled up in a ball, and I can't even breathe properly. And I'm like, fuck. And then I notice people are looking at me. So I crawl out of the tent, and then I get in between two tents, because I'm like, I think I'm in trouble, yeah? And then Mrs. Geek comes around with a bowl, and she was like, try to be sick. And I was like, I ain't being sick with people watching. And then I was like, I think my brain thought, if you're bleeding inside, you need to find out. So I was like, there was no blood. So I was like, right, I'm not bleeding on the inside. It's just burnt something in there. Really, really bad. That lasted. I drank like half a bottle of Gaviscon, 2 Gaviscon tablets. Then somebody came with something else to kill stomach acid and stuff. I took that. And I was like, it took about 45 minutes for me to stop being in the most intense pain I've ever been in. So when you go to the hospital with like intense pain and they're like, what is it? And people go a 10 and you're like, you just walked in here. That's not a 10. Bollocks. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't straighten my body. I couldn't get up. I was literally in a ball. Just like, I'm fucking dying, yeah? And then somebody said the following. I know somebody that died from this. And I think what happened then was I had the first panic attack that I've ever had. Because my brain just said, you're going to die. And I thought I was dying. I was like, fuck, I'm going to die because of this fucking stupid chip. And I think at some point, I'm like, if I survive this, I'm going to kill them fuckers that did this to me. I know it's my own fault, but I got angry. And then it started to ease off. It took a long, long time. And once it eased off, people were coming over, and the guys running it were apologising. We think that they gave the hottest one first. They didn't realise what they'd given us, because everybody, the 5 of us that did it, were all... People were on about calling ambulances for us. So I'm like, great, I've had a panic attack, but it's It's passing. We're all good. So sat there. Papa Geek likes the barbecue. And then I went, oh no. It's happening again, but it's lower down. It wasn't that bad, but I ran to the toilet. What happened then was I shat lava from about 7 p.m. last night until about 9:30 this morning. Just hot. Horrible. I was too scared for my ass cheeks to touch in case they spontaneously combust. That's when it became funny again. It was just uncomfortable. But yeah, they were, Mrs. Geek, Mama Geek, and one of the organisers were like, we call an ambulance, because I was fucked. They you know, the guys that organised it would apologise. Broke the toilet. I couldn't get out of there. We were driving home, and I looked at Mrs. Geek and I went, I don't know if I'm going to make it home. He's had a stomach ulcer before. This is the thing. I've had problems with my stomachs. You got ring sting. It was beyond ring sting, mate. Right, I did a ghost chili challenge years ago, and I was in intense pain in my mouth, but I didn't have the stomach problem. My ass was in trouble a couple of hours later. Was it like we went to care home? Nothing like it, Dean. Genuinely thought I thought I was a goner. And 3 things went through my head, to be fair. First one was my wife and kids. The second thing that went through my head was I'm going to fucking die because of a potato chip and hot sauce and my ego. And the third thing that went through my head was, please don't shit yourself. The third thing, please don't shit yourself. I was like, if I die and I've shit myself, oh my god. But, we had wet wipes and all, so it just didn't help. Just go back to an amazing 22 nieces, nephews, and auntie all having a meal together. That sounds epic. Hamato, it's one of the... You should have listened to Mrs. Geek. I know, but everybody... I should have listened to Mrs. Geek, but at the same point, when you're doing a thing of 8 challenges, you think the first one is going to be okay, and then it gets progressively worse, and you know your limits. But when the first one, and they say clean the bowl, you assume it's not going to be that bad. Was your chestnuts roasted? Mate, I think even my piss was flammable. Ruth Phillips, thank you for becoming a mega fan. I think that's our first mega fan. Ruth Phillips, I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. It actually... Right, B, I take 50% of the responsibility. I do. A, for being cocky, and B, for just ramming that shit in without watching what other people's reactions were first. My only saving grace is nobody won. Nobody got to round 2. Everyone was in pain. There was a lady that came and, like, dipped all of them. But, yeah. No one won. Everybody crashed out in the first round. People that like spicy food like myself couldn't get through the first round. We were in fucking agony. Angie Metzner, thank you for the $5. This story made my husband and I absolutely gut roll. I'm so sorry. Listen, I expect to have the piss taken out of me, otherwise I wouldn't have shared with you guys. But I'm a real person, you know, that does really stupid shit. At least you got a good cleanse. Mike's Mysteries. I think some things fell out of me that I ate in 2004. Beardo, do the actual 1-chip challenge. Sharel, after what happened, I think I may have a stomach issue that is still prevalent, you know? And I said to Mrs. Geek today, that's me done. I'm not even having a madras. I was going to do the 1-chip challenge on a stream. I'm not doing the 1-chip challenge. I'm not eating nothing spicy is going in my body again, because there is something fucking broke inside of me. Next time you do it, eat well before. I'd eaten okay. Love spicy. Bristol Paranormal. I've done the Carolina Reaper wings with my mother-in-law. Me and Mama Geek have done the Carolina Reaper wings. I did like 2 mouthfuls and was like in pain, like shit, that hurts. Where's my beer? And wished I had milk, but I wasn't in pain. I'll do the sour one. That's not going to kill my stomach. You got to do it live on stream. I'll never do anything with hot food ever again. If it wasn't broke, I'm sure it is. I think there may be something underlying in it. I've had stomach problems because of painkillers for years, but because I don't take painkillers anymore, I thought maybe I'd have healed myself. TC, hello there, welcome in. Ghost Wiener, hello. The ghost chili is the best I can do. The ghost chili was too much for me when I did that. And then I did a Reaper a couple of months after. But, you know, I've built up a tolerance. I used to be the guy that would have a madras and be sweating and crying and be like, but it's so tasty. And then the next day, you know, the ring sting is... I don't get ring sting off madras anymore. I can eat it fine. But this stuff, I've never experienced pain like it. I genuinely thought I was going to die. I think a lot of it was a panic attack. Yeah, I'm not doing the hot ones. I'm not doing anything anymore. I wanted to do the hot ones challenge. I got invited onto a channel to do it. But, yeah, I'm not doing it. What is it with us and hot stuff? I don't know. The fact that I did her in a 30-degree heat wave really didn't help either. If you try using probiotics for a bit to help your insides, maybe some Vera water, your intestines will heal anyway. Try to eat things with low acid. My mother-in-law, my wife, they were like, get these dry bread rolls down you to try and soak it up and get water down you, antacid. I was in a shit state. This camera keeps moving. Nick Derrick, thank you for the 10 months. Not been in for a while as I've been fighting cancer. Oh, Nick. Hey, listen, I appreciate the 10 months. Kick his ass, mate. Sorry to hear that. I had no idea. Beardo gets ring sting. The ring sting. I've had ring sting plenty of times, but not like this. My hubby's your age, and I can't believe some of the spicy shit he eats for no problem. I'm normally pretty good with spicy stuff. But this was supposed to be like, they said it was barbecue sauce. And the other 2 guys, I was like, these are competition. They like hot stuff. But yeah, I'm not touching hot food anymore. Either I've got a problem with my stomach, or I'm going to shit myself in front of people, and I don't want to do it. I think my days of doing silly things, either to show off or to raise money for charity, whatever, just nah. Hubs just turned 50. Can he get a rawr? Trekkie Turtle, of course he can.
Rawr. Rawr.
Zoe, I had omeprazole as well. Can we all please get some hearts in the chat for Trekkie Turtle for the husband turning 50? And also, flood the chat for Nick Derrick, please. He's been a long-time supporter of us, always in the lives. I noticed he was missing for a bit. There's some names you know we're not about. Genuinely, I hope the best. Nick. Sorry. Should we go around and do a YouTube ready for a Beardo live? Is that your mum that's in? Hello, Big Max's mum. Home now, recovering. Adorn me, Beardo? Absolutely calamity. Shit, wrong one.
Oh, fuck off! Adorn me, Beardo! Fucking A! It's perfect!
I got distracted watching all those wonderful hearts fly up the screen in support of the community, and I left the black screen on. I do apologise. I'm very, very sorry. Nick, you've got this, brother. But I'll tell you what was cool. We haven't been to this rally for 5, maybe 6 years now. I'm new to your channel. Can I ask, do you actually believe in ghosts, mate? Short chins, I do. I don't know if I believe in ghosts like one of these. I believe there's something. I believe there is something else out there. In fact, I have to believe there's something out there because I have seen things. You can get a Corvette. Absolutely, AV Stevie.
Yes, we all know Mary likes it. Copy me. Ooh, ooh. Sorry, Carl. What was that?
So yeah, after 5 years, we've seen people that we haven't seen for 5 years. We got to chill with people, and people have gone through some really life-changing, horrible shit. But it was still good to catch up and all those sort of things. It's the first time we've been able to do anything with Mama and Papa Geek, because obviously they've been caring for the parents and their uncle, and so we took family time. Now, a few of them had their phones. I turned my phone off. I was like, I'm not going to look for a YouTube comment. I'm not going to look for inbox, nothing. I'm having complete time offline. And did I enjoy it. My dad used to talk to see spirits for years, so I believe people's souls can be lingering around. I mean, time slips. I don't know if it's something with time. I don't know if it's something with dimensions that we don't understand. But I believe there's something. I really do. And I truly believe that when I was at my lowest, that there was a sign from my grandparents in this house. CC Caro, thank you for the £5. I'm the hubs for Trekkie Turtle. I've also been fighting cancer for 2 years. Thanks for the rare and the hearts. CC Caro, or C Caro, thank you for those $5, and all the best for you, my friend. All the best with your battle. You've got this. I still have pain. It's not as much, but there's a little bit of burny going on in there. Just got myself the NECA life-size Megan doll. Ooh, nice. I want a life-size Chucky. The biggest NECA I've got is the Freddy glove up there. I got the Alien Xenomorph there, but they're all the 6-inch. I love NECAs. Did you receive the shorts I sent you via email? Wayne, I got them when we didn't get home until this morning, and then we all went out for a family meal. It was a great weekend, apart from the Death by Chili saga. Fucking unreal. But what a beautiful... The thing is, I didn't drink much. For me, I normally go to these rallies, and I'm normally one of the more drunk people there. And I didn't do it this year, and I enjoyed it far more. Me and Papa Geek were just, like, eye-rolling at all the drunk people, including our wives. They weren't that bad, to be fair. It was Bubba's birthday yesterday. Can I get a wee, please? Bubba! Happy birthday! And wee! Leroy, wee! Leroy, you can get a wee as well. Big time Ando. The thing that got me into the paranormal in such a big way was actually Most Haunted. Because of my experiences, and then seeing people go out there and try to capture, I was like, holy shit, I want to do that. Obviously, the show went off the fucking rails massively, but Most Haunted was my... And Ghostwatch to a degree. Ghostwatch made me scared of ghosts. Terrified me. To the point where I missed the Michael Parkinson possession bit, which would have showed me that he was a load of shite. My parents sent me to bed because it was scaring me. And I thought ghosts were real. I thought Pipes was real. Beardo's got the poo. Ian, waiting for your vest being delivered, and I'll send it to you. I've been fighting cancer since last year. Sometimes days, I must say, I do feel like giving up. Nah, Paul, don't let it give up. Don't ever give up. I know it's easier said than done, but don't give up. My dad told me a story about he used to drive my gran around. He used to feel someone kick the back of his chair to keep him in focus. He believes it's his past uncle. See, that type of thing I will never ever debunk. Beardo, I see no tank top. There's a reason I'm not wearing a tank top. I don't know if I can Is it this arm? I think this arm's is the worst one. I mean, if you look at the colour of there, and then there, and it gets worse the further around I go. Well, all my shoulders, and then I've got this little smiley. Fuck it, I'm fat. I don't care. I've got a smiley face there. Wait, that's an upside down dick. Somehow, sun cream went some places and not others, and I've got a shit smiley face on the side of me. I mean, we've got a lot of people in here that either have or have had cancer. We've had some wonderful people in the community that came into the community with cancer and now they're cancer free. So don't give up. Don't give up. Stop laughing at my sunburn! Dicks. Listen, I've got sunburnt through no fault of my own because I wore sun cream and hid from the sun. And I nearly died to a fucking chili pepper. And you were mocking me. You're all banned. You could also... I didn't... AV Stevie, I had my cowboy hat on. I had a bandana on that I was wetting down. I was actually... Apart from the... you know, the chili thing, I was actually really sensible this rally. I was drinking a bottle of water between the drinks, and like we drank so much water. Can we have an effing twat for cancer? Yes, you can. Hey, cancer.
Yeah. Oh, fucking twat.
Empathise with you, got so sunburned. I mean, the sunburn isn't... It don't feel great, but it's not that bad. If that's how red the skin is, imagine the state of his ring. Paranormal Monkey, I swear to God, on Saturday evening, I looked like the fucking Ready Breck man. Internal and external. It was the sun on the hot chilies to burn, not sunburn beard. Maybe the chilies burnt my skin. Need to put sunscreen on every few hours. Mrs. Geek was spraying me. My mother-in-law kept reminding me, you know, get sun cream on. I had a hat on. But I couldn't sit fully dressed because it was so... Friday was so hot. And it was quite windy. But the wind was like... It was pushing hot air on us. I think everybody struggled. The entire... Friday more than anything. Friday was unbearable almost. And it was 26 degrees when we were trying to sleep. It was insane. I got out of bed on the Saturday morning and there was a sweat imprint on the airbed of where I was. Last night wasn't. His backside is like a Japanese flag. I mean, to be fair, Mama Geek had a baboon's bum. Hey, Mama Geek, should we tell them your story? When somebody put a drone up? I'll ask your permission first. Did you say spray? There you go. Did it spray doesn't cover you directly? Oh no, the spray was after the Factor 50 white cream that I caked myself in. And then Saturday, like, I left that much sun cream on me Saturday, you could actually see the white streaks all over me. Because I was in a bit of pain. We bought a bed jet, helps to keep you cool at night. Hey, we were in a tent. Yes, okay. So, somebody took a drone. Now, there are rules with drones, and you don't fly them over big groups of people. Obviously, it's a health and safety thing. But somebody was flying a drone, but then they were dropping it. It was 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, which for the UK is extreme heat. But they were flying the drone. They were stopping over people and dropping the drone a bit low, and obviously filming people. But nobody had asked permission. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't think Mama Geek really cares that much, but she went, if they want to look at me, look at these. That's right. My wife's mother, a grandmother to our children, flashed her tits at a drone and said, put that on the internet. And then something else went over this could have been filming, and she got her ass out. She mooned a helicopter. And then she got told off. But when they were telling her off, there was a woman laughing opposite us that I met like 30 years ago in the music scene. And she got told off because they caught her flashing her tits as well. My mother-in-law is in her 60s and flashed her tits at a drone and a helicopter. Catherine, thank you so much for the £2. Mama Geek, the final boss. You have no idea. Now, you all know I have a fantastic relationship with my wife. A lot of people are like, oh, the fucking wife's home. I don't make those jokes because, you know, me and my wife, we're best friends. Mama Geek and Papa Geek are best friends, but they also happen to be married. On occasion, they may do the do's. Mama Geek is not your typical in her 60s mother-in-law. For example, we were once at a pub and a guy was trying to start a fight with me. And me and Mrs. Geek weren't married. It was quite early days, and I'm trying to just be forceful with this guy and not do damage. And I'm just like, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. And Mama Geek stepped in, got us thrown out of the pub, tried taking a bouncer out on her way out. And then when I said, oh, the bouncers are not looking, she ran back in to fill this guy in. That's my mother-in-law. She is like a lion looking over her pride. If somebody fucks with any of us, she'll do damage, I swear to God. Hey, Horror, how you doing? Hope you're well. She's a very, very funny lady. Gilf. I mean, this is the same lady that used to... Some of you guys may remember, I did a stream where I wore an old lady outfit. And I was like, if you pull it open, there's a hairy vajayjay and really droopy, horrible, saggy boobies. And this, like, grey wig and stuff. She used to wear that to these rallies and just flash everyone with it. Like, if there weren't other people in the video, my wife is much like her mum. Much softer than her mum. But my wife has got that naughty streak. Like, she wouldn't flash anyone, but she has a naughty streak, does my wife. And she'll do things on occasion, and because it's so rare that she does it, it catches you off guard. We were all at, it was a motorcycle rally again. We were all sat in a big circle around the tents. And then my mum-in-law starts saying about her mum used to yodel to the kids to tell them it's home time. You know, if the street lights go out, get home. Well, her mother used to yodel down the street and still did it when Mrs. Geek and her sister were kids. So we're all sat in this circle, and then Mrs. Geek, while I am chugging a can of Stella, says, I can yodel. And I think I may even have rolled my eyes like, no, you can't. And then she full-on yodeled. Loud as shit while I'm down in a drink. I laughed so hard while I was drinking. I sprayed my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and the kids. And they're all like, what are you doing? We've got a video, but we can't post it because everyone's faces are in it. My daughter doesn't want to be seen. But, oh, man, it's so funny. The yodel was funny. Me spraying, like... My daughter's boyfriend was there as well. And he just got a face full of fucking stale beer. Ah. Yours and Mrs. Geek's paranormal spook videos are the best. Yeah, we'll do more with Mrs. Geek. Horror, thank you very, very much for the 15 months. Beardo, you're the best. I try. Yeah, one day I want to hire some sort of haunted venue and take Mama and Papa Geek, because they got no issues coming on the channel. I'd like to do a ghost hunt. Probably take a couple of beers and stuff just so you can see how funny these people. Because Papa Geek, I'm probably underselling. He's a very, very funny guy as well. And they're very Welsh sounding. Almost Dandalf Welsh sounding. So it was like a party I'd like to have attended. That yodel was legendary. The thing is, it like echoed around the campsite as well. I wish I could share it, but there's people in the video that don't want to be online. So I can't ever share it. Maybe I could edit it and put something over people's faces, but it was so funny. I want to hear Mrs. Geek yodel now. She won't do it unless she's got to be drunk to do something like that. But yeah, Mrs. Geek does... it's just on occasion, and when she does it, she catches us all off guard, and she fucking breaks us. It's like, you can't keep a straight face because she just does this really fucking funny stuff. Obviously gets it from her mum. You want to hear it? Sorry, it's a cheeky question. How long have you guys been married, and what's the secret? We've only been married for 4 years. It should have been 5. But the day they locked down the UK was our wedding day, and it got cancelled on the day, literally 2 or 3 hours before we got married. Might even have been closer to an hour before we got married. It actually got cancelled. But we've been together, fucking hell, 12 or 13 years now. Can I imitate it? I can't. I can't. Could I play it, but with a black screen? I can't now because it's not on my PC. I don't even have it on my phone. Mrs. Geek's got it, Mama Geek's got it. I'll find a way to edit it, and I'll put like emoji faces over people's faces, and maybe we'll put it in the Discord, as long as the people that are involved don't mind. Do you have the editing expertise to cover their faces? Yeah, I can track and cover faces. It'll take a little while, but yeah, I can do it. Too afraid to get a tattoo? Don't get a tattoo. Tattoos are for idiots. Tattoos are nowhere near as painful as you would think. But my best advice is to go to a reputable tattooist. Go in there and ask them how long their waiting list is. And if they say to you, I can do it now for £5, walk back out. If they say 2-3 weeks, up to 6 months, probably a very good tattooist. Ask to look at their work, ask to look at a portfolio, because any tattooist that's any good will have photos of their work on their phone, and they'll have a portfolio. Been married for nearly 20 years. The secret is to say yes, boss. Do you know what? I see things like that all the time. And we walked past somewhere today, and there was a sign on what was clearly a man shed at the back of a garden. And they said, the doghouse. And I went, that's really cool. Hey, Mrs. Geek, can I have one of them? And she went, when are you ever in the doghouse? And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm never in the doghouse. Our secret is... I don't know what the secret... I think it's because we're both quite childish. And we were friends for a decade before we got together. That obviously helped because we knew what we were getting involved with. We knew each other very well anyway. Instagram's a great source of portfolios, but not most edited. Yeah, and people are using AI now as well. People are using AI tattoos. You see them on TikTok. The big giveaway is I just got this done, and there's no red swelling or sepia tone to the tattoos. You got 10 tattoos? You're an idiot? Yes, you are. Only idiots get tattooed. Spaghetti alla paranormale. My marriage only lasted 5 years. I had no advice to get. Yeah, don't listen to Justin. Justin, just a thought. Did you buy that jumper in those 5 years? Exactly, Peter. The best marriage between people who got to know each other for real. Yeah, Mrs. Geek saw me at my worst, and I saw Mrs. Geek at her worst. I mean, at our age, you know, we had previous relationships, and neither of them good. I won't get too personal with it all, but I think we both had partners that wanted us to be something we weren't. And then when we got together, I mean, down to things like Mrs. Geek on occasion will still say to me, am I allowed to wear this? And my reaction is always the same. The fuck you asking me for? I don't care. Wear whatever you want, because you look fantastic. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. You look great. I don't care. And then I will put certain clothing on, and my wife will look and go, really? And I'm like, what? Why can't I wear grey tracksuit shorts, a Hawaiian shirt, and a straw hat? And she's like, we're going for dinner with the parents. And I'm like, oh, all right. I'll take the CUNT socks off, and I'll put some proper socks on. It's a balance, a happy medium. The jumper was not at fault. Must have been. Been my hubby for 11 years, married for 2. He's my person. Yeah. I don't want it to sound cliche, but I went through some fucking horrible relationships. I had some not so bad relationships, but it just wasn't there, you know. But I have married my best friend because we were very, very good friends before. I don't even need these in. We were very, very good friends for a decade before. But yeah, I married my best friend and my soulmate. Beardo, are you under the thumb? Absolutely not. Right, an example. Every partner that I was with before... I say every, like I'm some sort of fucking fuckboy. That wasn't the case. Every partner that I was with before Mrs. Geek didn't like me going on tour. Didn't like me doing the bands and the music. And always tried to get me out of that, or certain friend circles, and they always try to change you, and they're always like, oh, I don't think the boys in that band are your friends. Ooh, your drummer's a bit of a dick. Why don't you do this music instead, you know, so you're not away so much, and you know, trying to change who you are, but on the sly. And I kind of did it a little bit along the way. And then I got with my wife, and I had completely abandoned music for a bit. And my wife was like, you need a band. And then my wife actively looked at bands that were looking for singers online and got me a couple of auditions to get me back into music. At the time, I didn't drive, so my wife drove me to auditions. She drove me to gigs. She bought me equipment. My first proper owned PA system that I've got, my wife bought for me. Mama and Papa Geek, they support us. Every band I've been in, they've bought t-shirts for, they've bought records from, even though they can't stand the music that I made. But you know, and you know that's the second you fuck up, I'm here to steal Mrs. Geek away from you. Good luck with that, lady. Dad always said that Mum made him a better person. The thing is, I've never hidden it. Back in the day, I used to get so fucking drunk, really drunk, and then I'd get into fights. Mrs. Geek, she never told me to stop it, but I would do stupid shit on occasion, and then not in alcohol, but the next day would be like, last night, you're a bit of a dick to that guy, or you were in the right, but did you have to throw a punch because you could get arrested? You're a licensed. She talked sense to me, you know. But she supported me with the music, and then when I was done with the music, because I did a band called Failed State, and the punk scene started to get invested in the band, and I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go on tour anymore. I don't want to be away from my family, and I'm starting to hate band practice. My wife was like, fine, leave. But what are you going to do? I was like, nothing. I'll just work, and then family time, and then, you know. And she was like, but you're a creative guy. If you don't have that creative output, you'll do your own head in. And I didn't listen. And I started to do my own heading because I didn't have a hobby or a passion project. And then I started to get back into my artwork, which is all up my staircase. There used to be a picture back there I drew with me and Mrs. Geek. She promoted that. She tried to sell her online. And we sold a fair bit of my art. We did a motorcycle rally. Mama and Papa are Geek. They bought this fucking massive gazebo that we only ever used once for me to sell my artwork out of. We sold some. Oh, we sold a fair bit, to be fair. And then I was like, I'm done with that. And this channel only exists because of Mrs. Geek. When I left the music industry completely and I wanted nothing else to do with it, she was like, you love the paranormal, so why don't you do the paranormal? And that's where this channel comes from, is my wife. Everybody needs a Mrs. Geek in their life. No, you don't. She is mine, and I will fight you. Paranormal Monkey, I have picked on you a little bit, but you and 2-Ply Paranormal Jamie are good sports when I tease you, but I give Justin a lot of shit. Justin gives... This is the friendly banter of the community. I'm surrounded by good people. Can I clone Mrs. Geek, please? You can clone her, but you can't have her. My wife supports my music, playing drums. I support her being a Zumba instructor. Absolutely. I mean, when I got with Mrs. Geek, she was a very shy, timid woman. So I taught her to fight. Not fight, but defend herself. But defend herself to the point where if somebody grabs her, she is going to put you on the floor and fucking put you in a world of pain. And then she said the following. Bearing in mind, my wife is a very small lady. I want to do my close protection license, which is a step above any security qualification I've ever had. And I went, yeah, go for it. And she was like, what? I was like, you can do it. And that's exactly what she did. She booked onto a close protection course. And she was on a course with ex-Marines. And there was one Marine that tapped out of it. And my wife passed that course. She came home with a fist print in her chest where she got punched because she didn't block. She ran up Penavon and back down. And if you don't know what Penavon is, the second highest mountain in Wales. Have you been enjoying the warm weather? I've been suffering in it. It's been nice though. I mean, we've had a fantastic 4 months of weather. Dynamite comes in small packages. I've never taught my wife to throw a punch. Never taught my wife to throw a punch, but she knows how to use your body weight against you. She knows how to put you on the floor, and she knows how to make it really hard for you to breathe, but in a safe way. Love your relationship, Mr. Beardo. Being best friends. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You struck gold with Mrs. Geek. Hang on, Mrs. Geek struck gold with me. Look at me. My husband forged me through fire. It was very nice and naive. I mean, I remember when I first wanted to grow my beard, Mrs. Geek went, oh, I don't like beards. I mean, if I shaved it, I did shave it once, and she actually cried. Mrs. Geek, if you're about, could I have a topper, please? The only defense move Beardo has is the Bobby Hill defense and yelling, I don't know you, that's my purse, kick to the nuts. Oh no. My wife and my daughter are physically safe. Trust me. Trust me. I remember when I first started trying to train my wife. I'm no expert in anything, but I've picked up a lot over the years. And when I first started training my wife, I remember my mother hit me because she thought I hit my wife. And I hadn't. I was trying to train her, and I'd bruised the inside of her arm there. And my mum fucking walloped me like, you did what? So I was like, no, hang on. I'm showing her how to do things. And a couple of months later, when my wife first rolled me over her hip and then caught me under the chin, I was like, I've done well, yeah? My daughter... There's a difference between my wife and I taught my daughter how to fucking whoop ass and hurt people. I taught my daughter how to fuck people up. Not for fun, but, you know, she's a young girl. A small young girl. Hurt them. Yeah, Lula Moon, when I wanted to cut my hair off the first time, Mrs. Geek was like, oh, I don't know. She's never pouted or had a go at me for it. Mrs. Geek, do you want me to post this out? Keegan, see, this new angle in the room is great because I can see the door. Peter's been suffering with heat, but not the sun heat. Yeah. Thank you. She's in her pajamas. Come on, Peter, admit it. You're a wife beater. I mean, we've got to a point in our relationship now. I couldn't beat my wife if I fucking tried. I taught her too well. Mrs. Geek is my goal. She's so good at... Oh, I've just seen the replay there. I got fucking back fat hanging out. Ugh. My gran taught me to defend myself. Nice undies, Beto. Hey! Oddballs undies. I'm not going to flash anything, but, you know. They're bright. Fuck. Nice undies. What's the crack? My ass was now. No, it was back fat. It was back fat. The camera's moving because it's an Ozbot 360. You've all seen your undies? Hey, listen, I was sat outside my tent last night in my undies, so hundreds of people saw them. It's not yet. Oh. Sorry, I've just realised that that's Gentleman Jack. Me and Mrs. Geek are going back on the strict diet regime from tomorrow, so all the booze we came home from the rally with is getting drunk tonight. Oddballs, Lee. I don't have a subscription. This is my thing, Lee. I was going to do a subscription, and then Mrs. Geek said, how many pairs of pants do you need? So I binned everything, and I have bought 7 pairs of Oddballs pants. Oddballs pants are the greatest, boxer shorts, underwear, whatever you want to call it, are the greatest, most comfortable pants on the planet. So I bought 7 pairs. Because there's only 7 days in a week. I got one for every day of the week. And if I want to wear them for a fortnight, I'll just turn them inside out and we are good to go. They have a strip in the groin area of this silky, breathable material. Absolutely fantastic. Lose space. It is hard to stick to a diet. Bailey, hello. What did AV Stevie say there? Why are people laughing? What's he said? Stevie took the piss out of me then. Stevie don't take the piss out of me. Ah, did he clip that? Fuck now, I'm not tears away from my eyes. It was back fat. It was back fat! That I didn't have, but Mrs. Geek's been off for 2 weeks, so we were like, let's eat burgers, let's eat pizza. Did we eat pizza? I don't... But we've eaten nothing but shit food. The tasty stuff, you know? Have you tried sheath? I don't like the idea of putting my junk in a pocket. No. We're not going in there. Thought the groin area was for rolled up socks. What? Beardo's got back? Yes, I do. Butt crack ache. That was an awesome Faith No More album. Thank you, Bromeister, for talking some sense amongst these idiots. Plus shit all you can pull off. What? Steak. What? We're not going carnivore. It's too strict, and I know I'm going to cave after a couple of months. I mean, I did 3 months of carnivore before. Yeah, hysterical got back. Leave my back fat alone. Can we get back fat merch? I've still got to do the grown up Rory merch. I still haven't put it on. We've been so fucking busy. I watched a video about Elisa Lam, and it made me thought what my dad said about how I seemed to have gotten better on my anxiety meds. Yeah, because I did a video about that idiot filming the Cecil Hotel. And I was like, that's not a fucking ghost. And a few people commented about Elisa, and I was like, yeah, that was wrong. I've forgotten to have remembered to say happy birthday. Lose space. You put your meat and veg in its own room in sheath pants. Apparently so. I looked at them. But oddballs with the bamboo and the... Basically, they make boxer shorts for the larger gentlemen. Any of you larger gentlemen, I'm not talking about your dick, but if you've got bigger thighs like I have, boxer shorts tend to roll up while you're working, while you're moving. It's not my birthday. These oddballs, they don't roll up. I have a problem with the top of my pants roll down as well because I've got a big belly. And these don't roll down. And then they got this breathable mesh in them. They're fucking fantastic. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just saying, if you want comfortable testicles, gentlemen, go buy them. Good evening, David Smith. David, please pass on our love to Louise. Chat. As you know, Yorkie Dave has been a supporter of this channel for... not this channel, but a supporter of me for... going on 7 years now. He's been gaming with me for 6 or 7 years. They've bought merch. When I was on Twitch, I think they were the first guys to actually buy the original Beardo or Bearded Geek live t-shirts with the Suck My Ass on it and stuff. Louise had an operation to repair emphysema in her lungs. And she's been taken ill after the operation. Could we pretty please... also, just now... drove all the way to the UK before her operation. UK. Drove from the north of UK to the South Wales. Spent like half a week with us. So can we fill the chat with hearts, please, for Louise and Yorkie and the family. Very, very nice family, despite how much I call him names. Biggest supporters I've had. Flood the chat, and then hopefully we can clip it and then send it to Louise so she can see she's loved. And we all want her to get well soon. And this is the last time I am ever nice to Yorkie Dave. Usual shit talking shall resume. Got a bit of a history with Cecil. The story will make you a believer of a higher power. I don't believe in any higher power in regards to that hotel. People have absolutely... taken mental health and tried to turn it into a ghost story, and it pisses me off that they've done that. Hey, Yorkie, please. Hopefully somebody has screen recorded this and we'll send it to Louise. I'm sure it'll cheer her up. You guys are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Butt cracks back, alright. Oi, Bromeister! Twat! Yeah, Paul Harrison, absolutely. Obviously, me and my wife have never hidden it, her anxiety, which is related to mental health. So we've always been advocates for mental health. I try not to get too soap boxy about it. I try not to shout about it too much because you'll always get those people that just want attention and they take away from the people that are really suffering. So we don't get on our soapboxes often. But after I did that guy filming the hotel and people were like, look into Elisa, and I was like, yeah, we watched the documentary. I'll make something. Not a ghost story. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And to dismiss that very tragic... It's not an accident because they should have helped her. Somebody should have helped her. Me and my dad are fighting with mental health. Dad has bad PTSD and annoyed if people shame it. I don't know what's worse. The shaming of mental health or the... it's a weakness or the complete denial or dismissal of it. I want to push my chance someone else's stream as you know. bollocks. But I've got the lovely Barry Frankish on tomorrow, so we're going to celebrate the paranormal community. I mean, I've started tuning people out for self-promotion. I really have, because some people, they've started taking the piss. They only hang around to grow their own channel and shit. Justin on the Paranormal Monkey doesn't do that. I'm a huge, huge supporter of the Paranormal Monkey. And he has fantastic guests, grown-up conversations. I'll be checking it out, so make sure you do too. Her internet's not very good in the hospital, so she's got no decent... Yeah, York, once she's got internet, or if we can get the screen recording, I'll send it to you, or one of the mods send it to you, and then you can show it when you're visiting or something. I'm sure it'll mean a lot to her. I had someone tell me my anxiety was all in my head. Well, it's not going to be in your fucking toe, is it? So people like, just tell them to fuck off. Genuinely, just tell them to fuck off. You don't need that shit in your life. All on the side for years after a bad breakdown. He started to get help. He was very firm with me about getting help. Asking for help. Asking for help's a big part, but it's the shaming of people that holds people back. The UK is, it's not great with mental health, but it's better than it used to be. I also have merch. Right, I'm going to fucking ban you, you prick. Make me a mod. You should grow your own channel. Hey, listen, Big Max, once you guys have got a few more... I know you guys now. I've worked with you guys. Once you've got a few more investigations under your belt, there will be a shout-out coming. I mean, Bristol Paranormal. We had a very rocky start, you know? Not Bristol so much, but a guy that they worked with, or that was associated with I had a big issue with. He had an issue with me, but I let that go. I watched the content. Well, these guys are being honest. These guys are being truthful. I mean, they make me look like a fucking nun. But the honesty is there. The comedy is there. It's enjoyable to watch. So I gave them a little shout out. They've never asked for anything. The same with Justin. There's a few select people. Self-promotion is a no-go. People, yeah, Justin does it. Justin does do it. Dead Cold does it, but they do it in a comedic way, and they don't do it in a way that's intrusive or the way that tries to disrupt a stream. For example, if Justin had posted that on any Twitch live channel, they'll ban him for it. I still ban people. Because if... Right, you're a paranormal channel and you're like, oh, this beardo's got like 416 people watching him right now. I'm going to go in and I'm going to say the following. Hey, loving the live stream. Funny you're talking about ghosts, because I'm going live right now. Do you know what happens then is... The guy that's streaming that has spent years building up to the 416 will be like, hey, you can fuck off. And the community, for the most part, will be like, why are you doing that? That's a dick move. If anything, all that stuff does is undermine what you're doing. But Dead Cold and Justin are friends of mine, and it's a back and forth and a bit of a laugh, you know? I've subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Ryan. He's self-promoting dickhead. I will promote good, decent people when I'm good and ready. Beardo, thank you. We're not here for that. We do what we love. Yeah, I mean, I have had... we've never had a negative interaction, but there wasn't animosity between us, but we had... You had a friend that I had animosity with. And I was like, yeah, fuck these guys if you're going to be friends with him. Because I had made up my ass about him. But you guys just kept coming back. And you kept just chatting and supporting. I was like, all right, I'll take a look. And then I saw the comedy stuff you guys started putting out, which probably does better for you, even though you're good investigators. I mean, the proof in the pudding was I messaged Bristol Paranormal. I said, I know what that sound is. You think it may be something paranormal. They didn't call her a ghost. They were like, we can't explain that. And I'm like, I've heard that sound somewhere before. I think I know exactly what's causing it. I didn't put that in the live stream. I was like, I think I know what that is. Do you mind me sending you a message? So I messaged them, and instead of going, fuck you, bro, it was a ghost, you're a bully, you're a narcissist, you're a pig, you're sexist, they were like, that's really interesting. Do you have any other advice? And I'm like, keep everything you ever record on some sort of hard drive. And they were like, we do. And then I said the following, could I get the raw footage? And they were like, yeah, where do we send it? I never asked them for it. Self-promo makes me unsub to people. It's rude as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I banned somebody from our Discord last week. Or I said to the mods, ban them. Because all they do is post links to other fucking people that are never in the live streams anymore. So I'm like, get them the fuck out of here. Spaghetti alla paranormale with a Polish doubloons of 50 of. Butt crack gate. Was it back fat or else? We love you, York and Lulu, but you stink. It's for people who interact in the community. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think... Just off the top of my head, we massively supported the Paranormal Monkey podcast when he was a very small channel because the Ouija Brothers, word of mouth, Ouija Brothers were like, watch Justin, he's a good guy. So I went and checked him out. So, all right, let's promote him. Kenny Biddle I've promoted, even though Kenny should be 100 times bigger than I am. For some reason, he's not. Kenny Biddle, the Ouija Brothers, Ghosts on Trent, Bristol Paranormal, Dead Cold, Paranormal Monkey, Entity 7. I've promoted Entity 7. All the other debunkers. I don't gatekeep and like, oh, let's not mention other debunkers in case they take my views. I'm like, go fucking check them out. I have sent people to watch a video Dandalf made telling me I was wrong because it's good to have an alternative opinion. Love the banter back and forth with Beardo and Justin. I tell you what, when Justin goes live tomorrow, I'm going to self-promote the shit out of myself. We got a good show. Yeah, Glasgow Ghost Hunters. I mean, people are always like, you just shit on the big channels. It's like, no, you've only seen my videos on the big channels because they get recommended. You haven't seen me promote all these other guys and send people over to channels that are not got the views that I think they deserve. I think the Paranormal Monkey podcast should be a big channel. I think Dead Cold Tales. I hope Dead Cold Tales blows up. I think he's got the voice for it, the passion. He's found his passion in the paranormal in another area, and I hope that works for him. Collaboration is the best. Thing is, I can sit here and say to you, I found this really cool channel, and it is called insert whatever name. I can tell everyone to go and watch them. And sometimes that channel doesn't get looked at. I did my bit. And then people come back to me 2 weeks later like, Joe Vitale, I remember Joe Vitale messaging me and saying, you shouted me out and I've grown like 100 subscribers in the last 2 hours. And I was like, that's not me. While I can send 200 to 300 people to look at your channel, the 100 that subscribe because of your content, your personality, your editing, whatever it is. So the people I send to the Ghost Squad when they finally get their ass out again, get more content out, Dead Cold, all of those other channels, I can only direct people when they subscribe. Like, Don't Scare Claire. Don't Scare Claire and her husband, Mr. Don't Scare Claire, constantly messaging me, thank you very, very much for everything you've done for us. And I'm like, I didn't do that. You guys did that. I sent some eyes on to you. A lot subscribed. What happened to HH? What's HH? What's HH? No, that was because of you, word of mouth, and I appreciate that. Good people get good things, you know? I mean, you're a bit of a dick now, and I regret it. Making a custom to backseat. It's just Kaylee, I don't know what the fuck you just said there. APRF. Yeah, a lot of us shout out APRF. Now and again, a channel comes through that do something a bit different. APRF are one of those channels that are doing something different. I hope they blow up. Proper common sense approach to the paranormal. I love their videos. Are the majority of my audience going to go and watch people be that serious and that methodical in their approach and enjoy it? Probably not. But a small percentage may be like, ooh, look at this. They spent like 20 minutes just aiming a flashlight to see if they can recreate what people... haunted sessions. I've had private conversations with haunted sessions. I'm not going to share anything private. He's just had enough of the paranormal on YouTube, and he's trying something else. And I'll support him in what he's doing now. Hopefully, I'm sure with me in Bristol, we can get him out on something. But he's done with the paranormal. He just wants to do something different. I support him. Hey, PNC, how are you doing? Joe Vitale is indeed lame. Shame about haunted set. I tried to talk him out with it. And he was like, look, I didn't ever want to be a big YouTuber. I didn't want to be a full-time YouTuber. I was just doing my thing. I've got bored of it. I'm pretty much done. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Fair play to him. Because there's another one. Me and Haunted Sessions didn't have a great start. I think me and him argued. And then just adult conversation. And like, right, you've got a problem with me. I got a problem with you. Let's fucking hash that out. We did. And then I'm like, he's a cool guy. Passionate. I like passionate people. Do it okay, thank you, Beardo. I mean, PNC Paranormal. Paul, have I ever actually proper shouted your channel out? I don't think I ever have, yet Paul games with me 3 days a week. He knows I watch the videos. But yeah. There's somebody that's never tried to self-promote. I don't think I've ever properly given them a shout-out. Give Beardo a thumbs up for his sore bottom. Nothing is going near my bottom except a cold, moist towelette. Love to go investigating with you. I mean, I'll work with anyone that's not a faker. The problem I've got now is that I've become aware that some people are trying to invite me onto investigations, potentially for nefarious reasons. I'm scared of no one. I just don't want to put myself in a position where I'll be like, oh, right, I turned up here so you could get them to make me look like a prick on the internet, and then I get a fine because I've knocked their teeth out or something. You're a fair and just fella, Beardo. Right, see, Fiona, Big Max, the guys that I went to Shrewsbury with. When I left Shrewsbury, I left early. And they were like, oh, everything okay? I was like, not really. I won't go into it. But I had a few issues. Not with them. They were absolutely fine. I had a few issues with the event itself. And a team at the event. And they were like, we're really, really fucking sorry. We'll make it up to you. I was like, you invited me here. Let me in for fucking free. And made sure that the venue itself gave me, like, the VIP treatment. Nothing to do with you. It was people that had booked themselves onto this event, paid as low a cost as they could, and then took over the event, and then tried to say to me, I work with the Warrens, I'm better than you. And I'm like, well done, Ed's a nonce. And I said, you know, it wasn't great because of these other people. And they were like, oh, we're really sorry. It wasn't your fucking fault. But they still turn up. I had a bad experience, not through them, but at an event that they were part of. And they still didn't take it in a negative. They turned it into a positive, I guess. I mean, they fucking left a company over it. I think it was in the works anyway, but the event company, I'm not slating the event company. I'm not going to say the name in case people think they're dickheads. They weren't. It was just some people there ruined the experience, especially for me, because I take it seriously. Well hung Gladiator True, thanks for the £5. Buy some lettuce for your upcoming diet. Thanks for your channel. Your pew-pew videos kept me positive over the last couple of weeks. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the pew-pews. Thank you. Beardo, I bet it didn't help the piles. Thank you for the £5, Dean. But I would say I don't have piles, but I think I might have after this weekend. How dare you stand on a cat ball? Fucking knobheads. Absolute knobheads. The attitude of them. Like, we've taken over this wing. No, you fucking haven't. Everyone else paid the same. And then when one of them got a bit shitty with me, I was like, I didn't pay. And I just walked off and made them fucking stand there like, he doesn't even believe in the paranormal and he got in here for free. I was like, I do believe in the paranormal. You're just fucking ignorant. Hey, Daniel Green, I appreciate you as well. Well done, Eds and Ons, making friends then. I think I kicked the cat balls as well. Like, they're bullshit and booted them and then left. I was fucking livid with them. The attitude on them. The attitude on them. Not just to me, but to other people. And then, I didn't know, but in that prison, noise travels really badly. And a lot of people were trying to keep it down so you didn't interfere with other people's These people started fucking playing music at 12 o'clock at night, like blasting it through the prison. And I'm like, I'm going to go throw the fucking stereo off that fucking balcony in a minute. I mean, if I ever do get the video out, at one point I'm watching them with binoculars and you hear me say, look at these fucking pricks. I was fuming with them. Alexis Artemis Green Howard the First, thank you for your gifted membership. I appreciate you. Beardo, what's your stance on white chocolate? It's dried baby puke. Fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. Wind me up no way. Oh, they were so opinionated. And they were getting what they believed to be activity early on in the night. And they were like, you're a debunker, what do you think of this? I was like, it's a key to in a building with power on. I wouldn't read too much into it. And you could see their eye rolls at common sense. And then it was like, did you hear that? And I'm like, yeah, it's getting, the sun is setting. And when the sun is setting, the building is going to cool and crack. But then they positioned themselves behind the door. They had like 5 cameras, 18 cat balls, and all this equipment everywhere. And all I did was walk out of a door that I was allowed to walk out of. And they were like, oi, what's the fucking cap? Excuse me? Who the fuck are you talking to? And I don't mean as Beardo, I mean as Dale. Don't ever fucking talk to me like that, because I came out of a door. If they'd been men, I'd have thrown them over the fucking balcony. Milky bars are on me, Beardo. Ah, I hate them. Always hated them. How do you know what dried baby puke tastes like? Because I'm a father, Gingy. I have had a child, you just fed them, and then you bouncing them up in the air, you think it's safe passage of time, and they throw up in your mouth. Baby sick. He licked a mysterious stain once. Oh, come on. Anyone that's a parent, surely you've tasted baby sick. If Beardo keeps drinking, I'm going to have to jump back into chat. I've only got 30 minutes left. I can't get drunk in 30 minutes. You like white chocolate? Oh, I hate white chocolate. I hate it. Disgusting. Disgusting. The only thing with public events, sometimes the group dynamics just... It's not... Yeah, Fiona, listen, I'm not slating the company that you guys worked for. I'm not slating you guys. And I'm not slating anyone else. There was that woman that was clearly pushing a Ouija board. And I didn't debunk them. I think it was Max. I'm watching them. I didn't have my cameras on because I didn't want to interfere with what you guys were doing. But I'm watching this Ouija board and I'm watching this woman, like, she's pushing that. And then Max was like, oh, do me a favour, could you all turn your hands over this way? And then I saw the woman's nails slip across the planchette. And then he looked at his mate and smiled. And I was like, they've rumbled him. Fair play. They didn't, like, ridicule him or anything. I didn't say a word. I was just like, you got him. Fair play. None of them puked in your face. Yeah, but you know what I'm like? I mean, how many times did I make our nephew throw up? And everyone's shouting at me, don't do that, he'll be sick. And I'm like, yeah, but he's laughing. It's fun. Bleh. Oh, I'm coming in sick again. Not gonna lie, could have done without the baby sick in the mouth description while I'm eating cereal. It's your fault. The beer was curious. I ain't apologising for nothing, Mrs. Geek. I think you're the wrong Fiona. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're Fiona from Parami. I'm very sorry. I've got you mixed up. Yeah, sorry. Hey, Tadpole, how you doing? Very sorry. Yeah. The guys that I met. Shit. Beardo, we're looking to investigate in the theatre. Fancy joining us? Fuck yeah. As long as it's not abandoned. I'm not doing abandons anymore. Unless the only way I would do an abandon now is if somebody goes to an abandon and they have some sort of really like, holy shit, what was that moment? And I trust that team. Then I'm like, ooh, I'll take the risk of getting a spoon over the head if there's potential paranormal. That I'll do. But as for abandons, I'm fucking done with them. No disrespect to any of the other guys that do the abandons. I got a lot of time for a lot of people that do abandons. It's just not for me anymore. I can't have the moral high ground when it comes to ethics in the paranormal. And then I'm doing something that, while not illegal, annoys a lot of people. Bristol, I'm pretty sure I've told you guys I'll work with you anyway. Halfway Farm. What's that? Paid location? Yeah, I'll only do paid, or at the very least, Spoongate. I'll be completely honest. Spoongate was the turning point. I spoke to Kev Kerr and the Paranormal Monkey about it. And while those guys went way over the top, and I realised at the time I was kind of in the wrong. I mean, they were defending a weed grow or some shit. But still, I'm all about ethics in the paranormal. And my ethics, I've always felt weird doing abandons. And that bit of fear that I get doing abandons that sets like the adrenaline running. When you've got that adrenaline and that fear, it makes the video more exciting to film and to watch. But when those three lovely Irish gentlemen were going to kick the fuck out of us, and they would have, I'm like, it ain't fucking worth it. The driving is fucking killing me. Like, Shrewsbury Prison that I've done recently, it took me about 3.5 hours, maybe longer to get up there. 2.5 to get home. But I leave my house at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm not getting home until 4 o'clock in the morning. And at some point, me and Mrs. Geek are looking at buying a camper van so I can do it safer and just park up somewhere and sleep. We're trying to stay away from abandons. I'm not judging anyone for doing abandons. It's just, it's not for me. I wonder if the Spoongate guys ever saw your reaction on YouTube. I assume they did, to be honest, when Annalise, because the reason they were so angry with me particularly was they got me mixed up with an urbexer that had been in there. And the urbexer had been shit-talking them online. And me and the urbexer have got beards and the same name. And we're both overweight. The urbexer messaged me as well. He's like, sorry, but haha. I was like, you fucking dickhead. The video scared the shit out of me, threatening with a baseball bat. Yeah, I can look after myself, but when there's three... I mean, that guy that kicked the door open, when I do that, to look at somebody in the face, I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that. But I've got my 4K camera in that hand, I got my Lumix in that hand, and then 2 bags over each shoulder, like... What the fuck do I do here? Hey, Danny at the Ghost Squad. I think I saw your name pop up, and then I accidentally read a comment from somebody else. Before it's about to die, it has to be switched off to be uncharged due to water damage. We'll carry on watching on Papa's phone. Thank you, Mama Geek. Camper van, that'll be a new home, Beardo. No more snoring for Mrs. Geek. Well, I'm back on my diet. Hopefully the snoring will subside. I don't think I've ever been to Doncaster at all. Wait for Mrs. Geek to suddenly appear in the darkness of the door. She'll give me a heads up anyway if she appears, because she doesn't want to be on camera. She's in her pajamas. camp van will be that doghouse Beard I wanted so badly. Nah, Mrs. Geek will be coming with me. If she's not right, Beard, whatever happened to the crazy Karen as she stopped there. Oh, the bitch that was trying to sue me. She sent a couple more emails and I just mocked the shit out of her. But apparently she's now a mod for the Foreman Brothers. It turned out she was a mod for them. She stepped out of line, they demodded her, told me a story, and now I've given up on them. They've modded her again. But I get a lot of Karens. A police helicopter hover low over me, made me decide never to do abandons again. Yeah, I've heard that story a few times, Justin, and I'd probably be the same. I would probably be the same. Exactly one, Annalise. What are you lot talking about, eh? Alright, there's still me snoring. Went through Doncaster to London many times. Glad I never got out. I've read the email from Liam. He sent me something and I cannot for the fucking life of me work it out. There may be a video about it. But I don't know. I had a weird experience when out in Urbex, old Nando site. Something got thrown at me. It could have been a poltergeist. Gingy's getting her shit together. Let's go, Gingy. Air horn from the door. The air horn's broke. I found the tank, but the horn is actually snapped. So there. I won't do abandons, as it'll be me who put his foot. Thing is, I've had, Dean Bailey. Fucking hell. If it wasn't for Dean Bailey, the first abandoned we ever did, I'd have broke my leg. I shit myself. Not like Beardo's ring stinger, Justin. Mama Geek is back on Papa Geek's account. Come on, Beardo, you can't pull a rope without doing your back. You can't throw a welly due to the fact you kill babies. And now you say you can take anyone on. Why did the bubblegum cross the road? He was stuck to the chicken's foot. Dude, bro, for Blue Sky. Blue Sky can have whatever she likes. Blue Sky.
Dude, bro! Dude! Bro! Demons! Demons, bro! Murders! We've caught a ghost!
Are graveyards worth paranormal investigating? I don't think so. It's just the shell that goes there, right? Is the quick answer. Peter, someone asked about Bigfoot. Can you answer, please? I think there may have been something behind it originally. Then I saw that the entire Bigfoot video was a hoax. And the guys came out and said it's a hoax. And this day and age, with the technology we've got, if Bigfoot was a wild animal or a family of wild animals out there, we'd know about it. Paula from Ree. I think Bigfoot is much like the flat earth. It's a hoax that got out of control. I'd like to be convinced otherwise. I really would. I would love for there to be cryptids but I've got a friend, Ree Rowlands, that does a lot of cryptid work, and she was a full-blown believer, and every cryptid photograph that she's come across has been debunked by someone. He fell through a floor in an abandoned pub. If the joist was in the way, it fell about 8 foot. Yeah. There's a graveyard near us with report. See, if there's reported hauntings, then go for it. What I would say, Paul, is be careful of the gravestones or the headstones. Because if there's recent headstones and families in living memory about, you could set yourself up for a bit of trouble there. But then it comes down to that, where do we draw the line thing again? Because I got asked this week, would I investigate it? The house doesn't exist, but would I investigate 25 Cromwell Street? If you don't know what that is, it's Fred and Rose West's house. And Fred and Rose West killed a lot of people, including their own children. And buried them in the garden, the walls of that. Fucking disgusting, abhorrent behaviour. And that's the stuff I can see on YouTube. There was far more to it. There's documentaries on Netflix and Prime. Watch them if you want to lose your lunch. It's the one case, I think, because it's living memory, and I remember it unfolding in real time as a kid. It absolutely turns my stomach. And I got asked, would I investigate? And I was like, nah. There's still family members about. There's still victims' parents are alive. I wouldn't want to do it. And I think anyone that does it would be disrespectful to the living family. And then Justin briefly covered it on Thursday, and he was like, do you go 100 years ago? But then could you still have... Are we living longer now? The house was knocked down. Fuck it. I'm going to call somebody out live. Chat, you will love this. Now, these guys I have covered a couple of times. I'm not going to play much of the videos because they're fucking awful for a start. But I'm going to show you, I think it's a short. I'm not even going to play it because they're fucking disgusting. Screen share. So, this is Ghost Trip Investigators. 25 Cromwell Street has been pulled down. So, they go to 25 Cromwell Street, or where it stood. Why is that not playing? This fucking dickhead and his mate, and I used to get on with this guy on TikTok years ago when I was a gaming TikTok. They go to where the house stood, tell a half-assed version of the story, and then they move to a building that's got fuck all to do with the Wests, and then they play an EVP. And the EVP, I mean, look at this shit. They stood in the lane. This is where the house... They build it up, they build it up, they build it up. Then they build up how Fred may have gone to this. And then they get this EVP. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. Oh, I think this may have been... I mean, look at him. Dickhead. Oh, it's muted. This has got nothing to do with 25 Cromwell Street. They haven't gone to 25 Cromwell Street. But wait for this, because they capture the ghost of Fred West talking on their EVP. There it was. Did you hear it? That wasn't a really good EVP voice phenomena. That was a fucking overlaid sound. Me and... I won't say his name because I don't know if he wants me to. There was no sound. Could you not hear that? Oh, fucking hell. 2 seconds. Let me try and fix this. There was probably no sound. Hear me and not the video. Right, let me know if there's sound.
Now isolated from the video. We all know what this says.
Right, can you hear that? No sound. No sound. Right, so have you just heard what I just played there? Fuck, how much are stream delays on YouTube? Yes. Right. So you have to watch this video. I haven't got to watch it. I just want to show these knobheads what they fake the fuck out of everything they've ever done. Sorry, but they have. All right, listen to this.
Isolated from the video. We all know what this says. It was a really, really good EVP, electronic voice phenomena capture. A lot of you have been asking for a part 2 in this building, so if you'd like to watch it, it says.
He claims that is the voice of Fred West. Not only is it overlaid, but it's not even the voice of Fred West. I have watched so many documentaries about the West. He has a very... The sick bastard has got a very, very, very distinct... I gotta call my novice there accent. Very, very strong. That's not what that was. Daz Black has worked with him. Yeah, I saw that. I know Richard Felix has invited them to Derby Jail, and it's got to be about views. So, I don't know. They have thousands of followers and a shit ton of money for frauding. Oh, there we go. Ghost and Treadred. Paul, do you mind me saying? Me and Mrs. Geek watch a lot of true crime. Mrs. Geek is more into it than me. But there's a tell that that's an overlaid sound. The person that sent that to me to look at was like, I know an overlaid sound when I hear it, but it's not Fred West's voice. Because there's a click either side of it. It is absolutely an overlaid sound. And this person, I know he's in the chat, if he wants to say who he is, he probably will, because he doesn't give a fuck, much like me. But this is in living memory. Now, these guys have gone to the ancient ramen that I debunked. We did a live debunking on these guys, and we turned it off because out of an hour video, they spent 40 minutes with their tops off, like, I'm in Las Vegas, baby. Fucking dickheads. Didn't Fred record his crimes? No. 100%. There you go. But yeah, Paul, thank you. It's 100% overlay. But it's not even fucking Fred's voice. But they've tried to pull it off as Fred's voice. And me and Darren, the guy with the throat tattoos and stuff, he was horrendously bullied years ago on TikTok. And I stuck up for him because he seemed like a nice guy. He did different content. And all of a sudden, he's now a paranormal investigator. And I'm like, you're a fucking dick, mate. They prioritize shorts, and I don't know where they get the money from either, because this is a Welsh castle, not too far for them to travel, but they've gone to fucking Miami. How do you do a paranormal video in Miami in a club and only get 17k views and pay for that? 19k at Waverley. How does that work? Terror Texas Jail, 22k. 22k views wouldn't pay for my night at 30 East Drive. I don't know where they've pulled... I don't know how they've done this. I mean, that place, the entire building is fake. I can't say the name because they're threatening anyone that calls them fake. How's Mark's knee? Has Mark had another accident? It's to write off the expenses. You can't justify writing that off. They make that much from shit talk. Are they that big on TikTok? I know he had a massive he had a family TikTok that was quite big, right? Let me have a look on TikTok. Because TikTok, fucking hell, I turned down monetization on there. Because you've got to sell products and shit to get in now or some... Holy fuck, they got 736,000. They views on TikTok. Do you know what? For TikTok, they ain't all that. 133k views on TikTok is fuck all. Or 5.6 million. That'll pay them. 84k people. The fuck is that? Look at that shit. You look like somebody's glued your hands to your face, you fucking bell end. I've got the time for him. I'm got the time for him. Bye, Beardo. All the best to you. Latest Bailey. Search the names, not cheat. All right, they've got multiple channels all doing the same shit. Just about 5 or 6 other businesses as well. It's a shame because they are basically the UK version of Sam and Colby. It's all I'm not into men, but they appear to be good-looking guys that, you know, are the right shape, size, and build for the chav mainland UK. I think they've got famous because of steroids, a jawline, and fucking being stupid enough that the majority of people who wear tracksuits will enjoy it. I know that sounds harsh, but it's sad that that shit will do better than Ghosts on Trent. Really fucking sad. Latest Fright Night. Using the crime scene and murdered children for clicks. And people went mad at the Ouija brothers for Alan's house. If I had the Weezer clip, say it ain't so, whoa, whoa, I play it. Yeah. Listen, I understand death is very real, very prevalent, and it can be divisive in the paranormal community. But what the West did, if you're outside of the UK, it's one of them. It's up there with the Moors murderers and the Ripper murder. Proper fucking... In fact, it's worse than any of them, I think. I won't go into what they did to the children that they unalived, but it turns my fucking stomach. Bellend. Absolutely. I'm not on Instagram because... Ugh. Been to Worcester, and the people there are lovely. They must be the black... Are they from Worcester? I know people in Worcester. It's not a threat, I'm just saying. I could go there and... absolutely mock and berate them. YouTube and all Reddit. I deleted my Twitter this year. I've got the Facebook page. I've got YouTube. I started a TikTok, but I haven't done anything with it for a while because TikTok is fucking... You guys are fine, but TikTok is inherently full of fucking stupid people. I've watched videos and some of the worst stuff I've ever heard. The West, I don't even like discussing it. It's the only... Fred West is the only person that has ever had this effect on me. Hearing his voice makes me physically feel sick. Obviously, I know the story well, but because I grew up when this all came to light, I remember watching the news when they were pulling the house down and being like, holy shit, another one, another one, another one. And then he's nonchalantly being like, yeah, I think I buried one there. Or I could have buried one. And you're like, what the fuck? The guy didn't give a shit what he did. Oh. My daughter got a guitar, bought 2, so I got one. Hey, let's go, Lycan. We all have each other analysts in Tabaxi Demon Cat. I don't know what the fuck that is. Don't look up... I won't look it up because... being a parent... What they did, Fred and Rose, it upsets me because I'm a parent. Myra Hindley... Yeah. The thing is, Myra Hindley... You look at a photo of Myra Hindley and she looks evil. He loved every moment of it, showing the police where they were. Yeah, and he played games with it as well. Like, oh, it could be there or it could be there. And it's like, oh, that's your kid. And yeah, he took the coward. It's not a coward's way out for normal people that... I'm not getting into that. Rose West keeps saying she's innocent. Was she? Fuck. Dirty fucking... I get angry about it. I feel sick about it. I think it's because I was a young teenager when that happened, or the truth came out, and it was one of those things where you were on your way to school, you'd all walk into school, and everyone was talking about it, and it's like, what the fuck? And where that happened, it's like an hour and a half from where I live. It was that sudden realization that people can be very, 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 not just evil, but sick in the head. Oh. So we are approaching the end of the stream. I think Ghost and Trent have got a video tonight. I haven't, in many cases in the UK, this should never ever be the focus of paranormal. I wouldn't do anything to do with the Moors, the Wests, the Ripper. I'm not talking about Jack the Ripper. I think that's been long enough. But the Yorkshire Ripper, I wouldn't touch anything he did either. At all. Right, Ghost on Trent do have a premiere tonight. So we are going to send everyone over to Ghost on Trent. I know they get dark toward the end, guys, but when somebody does a fake EVP, look at this. I was going to make a video on it, and I couldn't, because no matter what I said, I'd have been called a bully. Because, yeah, I got opinions on things like that. So the pinned message will take you through to Ghosts on Trent's premiere. They're working very, very hard right now. Very, very hard right now. In between work and family. So I appreciate it. Hot dog with mayo. Dirty bastard. A Deathstalker. That's the other one. I won't even say his name. I mentioned it once or twice before. Nachos. Yes, please, Mrs. Geek. I'm going to drink the rest of my Jack Daniels tonight. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to eat junk food. And then tomorrow, salad. But I'm going to do fruit. I watched something earlier, and I've got to eat fruit. It can help with stomach issues. Michael! Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate it. Guys, I do apologise for the dark turn at the end there, but some things just piss me off. And I got to take the rough with the smooth, you know? Loose Space, I appreciate you as well. Mike O, thank you very, very, very much. Ghost on Trent, fantastic guys. And for you guys that don't know, I was a very, very small channel when Ghost on Trent started supporting me after I was called to debunk them. And when I overtook them, they didn't say, oh, that beardo, what a dick. They were like, congratulations, mate, we'll keep supporting you. Mrs. Geek, I'll show you the video I watched earlier about fruit and certain sugars and why you need them. Potentially real. I don't know. Everybody, please, pretty please, go and check them out. Paul, you up for some gaming tomorrow? PNC. Go and check out Ghost on Trent. The pinned link at the top of the chat. I'm going to go and get drunk. Because I didn't get drunk all weekend. Have some time with the wife. I don't need to record a video for tomorrow because Sam and Colby gave up the content copyright claims. I know to argue. So that video's out tomorrow night, Tuesday. I'll stream from 2 PM tomorrow. I'm looking at maybe doing some extra Twitch streams in the nights because Mrs. Geek's back on shift tomorrow. So do please go and check out Ghosts on Trent. Do please attend some of the gaming lives. Paranormal Monkey podcast tomorrow live. Bristol Paranormal, they've got a video tomorrow. I think they're roasting the tit. So go check that out. Much love to all of you. Thank you for a fantastic Sunday evening. Thank you for carrying me through my stomach pain. Much love to you all. Beardo out. James, you're more than late. I'm ending. Tisk tisk. Cool KH girl Mad Brit. If you're annoying, I'd stop reading your stuff.
All the
You have no
people
mic.
in the chat's just going nuts. You need a rock. Can I get a rock? If you're not feeling well, it's a nice
Yes,
surprise.
it was 5 years ago I took the kid out in the pram with the welding. My kid is probably 10 now. He's feet.
If you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Can I get a rock? Rock. You can get a rock. The object of the day to put a smile on your face. All the fans know how much he appreciates. Rock. You can get a rock. If you're just feeling like crap, all you have to do is ask. Beardo's got your back, and just like that, you get a raw. Can I get a raw? You can get a raw. With those tiny little arms and the flowing tail. If you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Can I get a raw?
Crow Judas. What the fuck time do you call this to come into my live stream? Don't you know who I am?
When you feel like kinda down,